It's the MTGO Show.
Hell yeah. Now, I've not done a workshops draft in a minute. Literally just my first draft that one time. Let's do it. Let's take workshop and Chalice here. You weren't patient, but you're still here. Hey, patient enough. Patient enough, in my opinion. I'm actually going to grab Dismember over Coveted Jewel. You want to make sure that you can answer your opponent's Clarion Conquerors and, you know, their Null Rod critters. A lot of hate bears in this format. Urza's Saga. Fucking perfect. We're going to grab that and a Voltaic Key. So Vexing Bobble's another good one. We're going to grab Grim Monolith, Vexing Bobble here. And then Mox and Trinisphere. Fucking Trinisphere. Haven't played this card in a million billion years. What if I was playing white? What if I grabbed Swords of Plowshares and Canonist? I kind of dig that. Give that a spin, Second key effect. I don't think I'm doing KCI stuff. I passed all the KCI things. Maybe Mindbreak Tramp's a sideboard card. Maybe just take Portal anyway. Crucible's interesting. I think I dig Defense Grid here. And then I'm considering Needle and Lauren. Needle's good against, like, Dak Faden, for example. I like Crucible with our Urza's Saga, and could be good with Strip Mine type stuff, too. Fleshraker, fucking perfect. And Patchworker. Currently what we're missing is colorless ways of casting the Fleshraker. So maybe that Ghost Quarter is good. Is Crucible Strip even a viable option in this format? Yeah, Crucible Strip can be good. Strip Mine's an excellent card, especially if you pair it with a Null Rod type effect. So you shut off all their artifact mana, and then you get to work on the rest of it, and they don't do anything and die. I don't regret Sensei's Divining Top. That card is excellent with Glaring Fleshraker. It's also good with all of our keys, I don't know what else I'm doing. Maybe Shadow Spear for the Saga token. Don't love it. Void Mirror says if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So not the best card to play with Workshop, Could counter a lot of our own things. And I guess I was just supposed to grab that the Time Walk in the last pack, and then I'd have Time Walk Recall, as you're supposed to do. So right now we're getting Clown Car and not much else. Maybe a Containment Priest for the sideboard. Hey, Workshop's number 2. I don't hate it. I do not hate it. What we're really missing here are draw engines. Sphere of Resistance looks excellent here. I think I dig that Wasteland too. Balance. I'm into a balance. I'm going to grab Balance and Golos. And Golos can help me tutor up that Urza's Saga or Wasteland or whatever I'm missing. Kind of wishing I grabbed that Crucible now, Second Fleshraker. Second Automaton. I'm into it. Mystic Forge is fucking perfect. Thank you. Revoker, maybe. There we go. We're going to grab Mana Crypt and Mox Jet here. A little bit of fast mana, so we're not completely dependent on Workshop to do our sweet, sweet thing. And there's One Ring to pair with all of our Needle effects. You love to see it. How do I feel about Karn's Silver Golem? I'm gonna grab another Swords. I'm just gonna grab Rip for the sideboard. Hey. Karn is excellent. E-Tutor is tempting, but I'm gonna grab Founder Inspector. I was really hoping for another Sensei's Dividing Top, because two of those pair really well with these Flesh Rakers. We're gonna grab a Mox, and then it's either Ancient Tomb or Nettle Cyst. I think I'm gonna grab Nettle Cyst as a backup win con. Doing pretty well on mana, I think. Ancient Tomb is another colorless source for the Flesh Rakers, though. So there's that. Ooh, love that strategist. That sounds goddamn delicious. Yeah, give me another colorless source. Academy, perfect. We're gonna grab Academy, and I think I like Thorn of Amethyst over Kozilek's Command. I'm not sure, I'm not 100%. Maybe Kozilek's Command is better. It does play well with these Flesh Rakers. We have Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt. Oh, we have the double Grim Monolith. We have 2 Grim Monoliths. Yeah, it's a good Kozilek's Command. I'm gonna grab it. Defense Grid is decent. We do already have one and a Trinisphere, which does something pretty similar. Lauren's going to be a sideboard card. I'm unsure about Balance. I think I'm going to cut Shadow Spear. Forge and Flesh Raker and top is indeed infinite, yeah. If we had 2 tops, we wouldn't need the Mystic Forge too. I think the Balance might start in the sideboard. And we just main deck a couple Swords of Plowshares. Didn't get Opal. Even if we're mono white, it's not a lot of white cards or not a lot of white mana sources. Maybe I'm just supposed to not play them and play some terrible artifacts instead. Yeah, we didn't get Mox Pearl or Opal. Alright, fair enough. I'm gonna play like one of each land for the Golos, I guess. Blood Moon? I mean, we're mostly colorless. Our lands are dope, but we can weather a Blood Moon pretty well with some draws. No Dismember. Oh, yeah, I suppose I should play the Dismember over Tormod's Crypt or something, or this fucking Bauble. Yeah, no ways to recur the Bauble, and then we got stuff like Trinisphere and whatnot. It's a little bit worse than usual. Oh, the Tormod's Crypt's already out. Yeah, let's get the Bauble. Perfect. The Shadow Spear I didn't love either. Guess I'll leave it. It's a pretty bad hand. It's like right on the edge of keepable. The issue is just like your opponent mental missteps your Soul Ring and you don't do anything. Everybody else is like dumping their whole hand and we're just playing like a single card or nothing, huh? If we had a Workshop's hand, then we'd care about that Trinisphere a whole hell of a lot less. I like the term Brown Town because people know what you're talking about. So I would not change it. Yeah. Yeah, certainly regretting not mulling. Even without workshops, Ancient Tomb hand would have been good. That said, our hand is very gas dense, and the opponent hasn't really been doing much since their turn 1 Trinisphere. If we do just stare at a third land and start playing stuff, we might be fine. Who knows? I expect that they've got more like reactive cards over there, removal spells and stuff. The mana base is wild. Perfect. The one land in the deck I didn't want to draw. Hell yeah. Let's lead on inspecting, see if they do anything. They have a weird sweep aim. Oath of Druids. Yeah, Trinisphere, Oath of Druids, not really a combo, They don't have 3 mana. We can sequence however we want. Gonna have to yield to some triggers here. Hell yeah. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Christopper, the big 3-0. Yeah, that is very dead, Double Fleshraker doing some fucking work versus this Trinisphere. Hot diggity. The turn 7 combo. Yeah, the oath tells us a lot. The oath gives us a lot of info. We could sideboard to make the oath worse with cards like Containment Priest and Lauren. We did just kill them with the deck working though. I'm gonna cut Chalice on the draw. Maybe Trinisphere on the draw, Yeah, let's get Lauren and Containment Priest in. I'll cut Ghost Quarter and this other trash. 6 white sources for 2 critters is probably fine. We'll bring Chalice and Trinisphere back in if we get a die roll later. We're gonna cut this Shadow Spear as the last card. Cool. Rest looks fine. Pretty reasonable opener against Oath stuff. Cut Dismember. I thought I did. Meant to. I was thinking Urza Saga and an Ancient Tomb wouldn't have been the worst backup plan. But I think I want to get this Containment Priest down. And I might even do it off the Ancient Tomb. The inverse. They made a list of cards you can get duplicates of, and they had to hand add them to the cube. Ozcan. Well, Thoughtseize is pretty scary. I think the opponent's about to have a One Ring. That's what I think. But they're not playing the One Ring. Interesting. Voidwalker Oath? I mean, you can always sack the Voidwalker, right? It's a pretty good card in an Oath deck. Off and on Wolperd. It's not how it's always worked. It's worked in different ways, depending on how their programming has worked over the years. The Academy just got a lot better, huh? Some artifacts in play. Yeah, back in the day, there were multiple, and then there weren't, and now they hand-coded in some. Is the gist of it. Remand. Okay. I'll play a Sphere of Resistance. So we're dead to a Time Walk. We're not dead to this Oath trigger. Oh, nope. They got effects on the stack. Ottawa, Bounce, Damn. Into Grizzlebrand. So the opponent just shut off Ancient Tomb. One more cruddy life would do a lot here, huh? I think I'm supposed to activate the Mystic Forge. I'm trying to just find Grim Monolith on top. Or maybe I was supposed to tutor up Mana Crypt, even with the coin flip with our low life. Might have been correct there. Go ahead and spin. Next! Ideally, loving mushrooms. This Trinosphere should be on the play. You think we died to Voidwalker even if they didn't have it? Well, if we had the what I should have been doing is getting the goddamn Mana Crypt, and then the Kozilek's Command would be castable, and we just try to win that turn, right? You exile the Grizzlebrand so they don't have a blocker, and then you surveil into a Fleshraker, and Fleshraker only has to deal 3 damage. Just very easy. It was a bad Saga grab on my part, but we should have had the win, I think. 2 Flash Breakers, right? And the artifact, the 4-mana artifact. So the odds of us whiffing were just very low, I think. Really, man. The issue with the sphere is, like, who knows when our 5th mana shows up for the One Ring. So I'm just going to play the One Ring and pray. Looks like it would have been a bit. And now they get to dump their hand, making my sphere look silly. Gonna Golos for Academy. I was originally thinking I was gonna Golos for Urza Saga, but with Academy I could activate the Golos. And I don't think all they can do is Oath Pass. I think they have to have a pretty impressive turn here. You want to spin Golos? Yeah, maybe. Well, Leovold shuts off the One Ring, but does not shut off Golos activations. Lead on the old patchwork here. Note that Wasteland lets them draw a card. They don't seem super stressed about mana, but we do have Trinosphere down. I guess you do it, huh? I guess you do waste them. How does drafting Supreme Cube feel in comparison to normal Vintage Cube? I'd say it's a bit more exciting. And you're not waiting for other people, right? Like, you're drafting at your own pace. The hardest part is making cuts. I've had some very difficult builds this season. Double Oath, amazing. We want to activate Golos before we attack, because whatever we hit, we want to be able to use Pump the Patchwork. We have 7 on board. If we could find, like, Flesh Raker and a token, we might force them to block with Leovold. This is not normal cube. This is not normal cube. This is Supreme Draft. And specifically a deck designed for Supreme Draft. Oh, what am I trying to do here? What's the best number to chalice for? Hitting 2 lands was a real bummer. I think I'm going to chalice on 2 to shut off Time Walk. Yeah, last turn's Golos activation at 2 lands too, What? Oh, it's going to be for 0. Sure. Because I'm playing it off Golos. I guess that makes sense. Because I'm not paying its casting cost, but then I was just paying for the Trinisphere. Silly meme. If they eat the Spirit token, I mean, they can activate the Forbidden again. Yeah, we could draw 1 card on the opponent's turn through Leovold. It's awkward because it ramps up the One Ring too. Funny oath hit. Oh, because it denied them their other oath. Yeah, I mean, they could have activated the Forbidden Hum. Are they trying to untap the Mana Vault in their draw? I thought it had to be earlier. Yeah, there's an upkeep. Mana Vault's weird. It's not like Grim Monolith. Like, during your upkeep, you have to untap it, and then during your draw step, it dings if you didn't untap it. It's weird. Sure. So the exciting thing for me is I get oath triggers here. There's a Flash Raker. Good start. All right, Golos. That will do it, friends. That will fucking do it. Plenty of damage there, Oh, that is an opener. Good boy. So the only issue with this draw... Oh, well, never mind. There's no issue. It's a perfect draw. I was going to say the only issue is we don't have gas, right? You play the second Flash Raker, and then everything you do draw is going to be insane, but you don't actually have anything. Are there many Storm decks in this draft? There are some, which is a lot more than there is in regular Cube these days. Only issue is we don't get the play. Should we just be conceding? Concede round 2, be on the play game 3. Turn 1 Trinisphere, GG. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to turn 1 Patchwork or Defense Grid. And then they took neither of those cards. In retrospect, maybe Defense Grid's better, because I can turn 2 Mystic Forge without having to worry about counters. Demonic Tutor, Sure. You're going to see Castle Rat in August? Nice. They played a few shows with Howling Giant, and I was very sad that I missed them. That would have been a cool tour. Bloat us into... Sure. Damn, that Karn shuts off my Saga. I guess at least we have some onboard pressure for it. This cast? Yeah, it's cast. I guess Saga just tutors for a Soul Ring. Down ticking Karn. Wonder what they got. Clown Car, sure. I can get them some nice blockers. Keep the Karn around for a little bit longer. Ideally. I'm supposed to grab Vexing Bauble there instead of Soul Ring. Once I clear this Karn, though, I want to be able to play my Karn. The Soul Ring helps with that. I've been impressed with Clown Car, but I really like it in these like Workshops Academy decks. Nice. I'd be surprised if they took the trade here. Just letting Karn die. Ooh. And now pretty much any card lets us play our Karn next turn. Hell yeah. Oh my god. That's a sick ass looking opener. Double Fleshraker One Ring shit. Yeah, you could workshop out the One Ring on turn 1. I wonder if that's better than going Ancient Tomb, Soul Ring, Fleshraker. Let's get the One Ring going. Oh, maybe the Chalice should have come down on 0. I guess if they had a bunch of 0s, they could have dumped them already, though, right? And I'm the one with the One Ring here. Wow, Spirit of the Labyrinth kind of gunks up my One Ring plans. Very rude opponent. And then I think I'm going to Golos here rather than play Fleshraker number 2. And that can just go tutor Urza's Saga. How are the games tonight? I think the games have been great, JC. Can we hold the puppy up Lion King style? Wait, I already did that. If you missed it, you missed it. But I definitely held up the puppy for the chat to see. Clip it and make a command. What I should do is record Dave chilling and then just put it on a loop and say it's a dog cam. I bet some streamers do that shit. Supreme Vintage Cube is not just colorless spells, no. It's a way of drafting. Supreme means it's like the pick 2 format. So you're getting all first and second picks. In this case, it's out of 23 boosters. And then you're drafting a cube that's specifically designed for this. So it's pretty fucked up. It is possibly the most busted format I've drafted on Magic Online. Truly unique. It's been sweet. You just play Chalice and they dime. Not bad. I like Dismember. I don't like Defense Grid. I do like Lauren. And we're basically just going to add a few planes. What did I do last time? 5. Oh, there's already one in here. I think I cut Ghost Quarter last time. I kind of like Ghost Quarter as another answer to their sagas, but... Oh, there's swamps in here. That's where all that's coming from. Format seems like Block Constructed. Yeah, very similar power level to Block Constructed. Possibly stronger on average than actual Vintage. That's what the Vintage streamer. I'm actually level 1. That's what he was saying, is that it felt stronger on average than actual Vintage. And if anyone would know, it'd be him, right? Thinking about if I want swords. 5 white sources is just not that many, but I could play like 1. Cut my Trinisphere on the draw. Kind of dig that. No 4x force running around means less checks on combo stuff. That's not true. Force of Will and Force of Negation are both... Oh, yeah, I meant to cut Chalice on the draw. Well, anyway. That would have been better as another Swords Hum. Force of Will and Force of Negation are both doubled, so you can't end up with 4 forces. And 4 forces in a 40-card deck shows up more than a 60, of course. But people have to pick them. Every deck not having 4 forces is a big difference. Sure. I did trophy with blue-white 3 forces. That deck was quite good. Don't want a sphere here. I'm the one that needs to get my Foundry Inspector down. Your deck's going to be a lot better than 1 pick better. All of your picks are first and second picks. It's not comparable to regular draft at all. It's just like not even the close thing. Fair enough. Right. It didn't really matter. Like, you play the Saga, they can wasteland it with the trigger on the stack. And the Mystic Forge costs 5 here, so... Still a chance they miss it, I guess. Well, they did miss it. And this costs 1, so I can't play it off the top. Don't really want to pay the life for Mystic Forge. I know Chalice counters it. It'd still be better to have a Mox Ruby in my graveyard than on top of my library. Thank you, chat. Hated exiling the One Ring. Very possible I'm supposed to equip the Shadow Spear there and try and gain 3 life, get more Mystic Forge activations, but playing the top off the top is still a card. Okay. So it's going to cost 2 mana on their turn. How's the cube coming along? Pretty well, I think. Mox costs a mana. I don't have a mana. There's a Sphere of Resistance here. Nice. Yeah, very important to be able to trade with this Spirit. Both so that I can, like, you know, draw cards if I really want to draw cards, but also now they won't have something to put the Nettle Cyst onto to just kill me with next turn. Yeah, I think I just like drawing that. Let's put Mana Crypt on top and play it here. One card deeper, right? And I'm not sure what Lauren's supposed to blow up. Maybe this Mana Vault, reps a lot of mana. Hey, thanks for the 75 months there, Get Stash. Appreciate you. Yeah, popping the Nettle Cyst makes sense. Popping the Mana Vault makes sense. Hell, even in the Sphere. Almost makes sense. I think I'm going to exile this Manifold Key. Yeah, I don't have any colorless for that Fleshraker. Uh-oh. They found something. Needle. What do you needle? Shadow Spear? They can aim top, but like then they hit their own top. What I need is a little doggy bed that's like perfectly lap-sized. That's what I'm missing. I really want to play this for fucking like 1. Let's spin top. Jesus. Maybe I should have just drawn with top, and replayed it. There's 2 Grim Monoliths in this deck. I don't think I want to lure and activate. Maybe on the end turn. Yeah, no. Top key? Yeah, I mean, just tapping the top and replaying it off the top with Mystic Forge does the same thing, right? Hey, Mana Crypt. Glad I didn't blow up that one earlier. Hot diggity. Well, we got another trophy. That's our second trophy drafting artifacts. Cool. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.